Amani's Vibe. Welcome to Amani's Vibe. That's the space that I provide. Ooh.
Hey, good morning. It's me, Anne-Marie Woods, aka Amani, and I wanted to share why I documented having my hip replacement and why vlog one is heartbreaking even for me. But I hope that my story will help somebody because you see that I was petrified to have my surgery, y'all. I was so scared and I didn't have family support, but I wanted to let you know that I've had to learn. I've had to learn how to ask for help. I've also had to learn that it's really hard for me to ask for help because I've been on my own since I was 18 years old. And I guess I was forced to be independent then, and then that's how I've grown up, self-made, fighting so that I can get my university degree, as an artist, being independent. Like, you have to fight for the culture. You have to fight for respect. I earned all those things through hard work and dedication. And then I got a concussion. And at the height of my career, y'all, the height of my career, I had 3 plays on stage by 2018. My comedy show was successful. I'd met like a great group of friends to hang with and everything. And then I got a concussion in 2019, and then that all stopped. And I kept thinking, like, I'm going to be better. I'm going to be better. And then I wasn't. It took 3 years. It took 3 years. In 2022, I took 6 weeks off of work because I was able to work during COVID, and I traveled. I was in Turks and Caicos. I went to Florida. I went back to Nova Scotia, and I was like, okay, but I was still dealing with something I didn't understand, you know. And then I had to go back into work in 2023, and I collapsed, and I ended up getting another concussion. So it took 3 more years. It's now 2026 to even get back to like how I was a bit before. And then out of the blue, in November of 2025, I found out I needed a hip replacement. Well, I found it in May of 2025, and I had no idea. And I'm sure it's going to be like this for other people. I had no idea. They're like, I had arthritis in my right hip that I didn't know about, y'all. Now, I don't even know I have arthritis in my hip. And you know what? There's a lot of people that find this out and they're shocked. It's not just me. And the thing about this is this type of pain is excruciating. It wasn't at first, but I did have a couple warning signs, but I didn't know it was my hip, because the thing about your hip is that it isn't like your hip. Like the hip that you touch on the side, your hip joint is closer to your pelvis, like to your groin area. And I did have a pain like that I was stretching out. It happened to me, I feel like it happened to me 2023 and 2024. It would last for about a week. I would stretch it out. It was this weird pain in front of my thigh that went down my leg. And then I kept going. So yeah, I was limping a bit, but I could still walk. I was going to the gym. I renewed my membership in October of 2025. I renewed my membership, but just doing the recumbent bike, because by then I knew, that I would need a hip replacement sooner rather than later. It completely freaked me out, but I was like, I know you still have to exercise, so I did. I stretched, I exercised, and I looked really good too. I had lost weight and everything until I heard about this thing. It messed me up a bit. Anyways, as of late November, I could no longer go to the gym. I had to put my membership on freeze. I haven't been back to the gym. It's now like almost August of the next year. I don't think I could get my money back. I paid for the entire year. It was complicated. So I had to let that go. Then the pain that started in November got increasingly worse. And it is a chronic pain that lasts for 24 hours a day. That pain drove me crazy. I had breakdowns, like crying breakdowns. I had a very upsetting encounter in my laundry room because I hardly walk, y'all. I had to use crutches in my home. I was in pain. I was taking anti-inflammatory, and I hate taking medication, but like I had to take something because I couldn't survive without it. I ended up on naproxen, which I was able to take a bit. It seemed like from the December when it got really bad November, and but then it made me really sick to the yeah. I never planned these vlogs, by the way. I think that it's good because it just means my headspace is okay that I can share this story with y'all. So basically, as I said, couldn't go to the gym anymore. And the naproxen, which is an anti-inflammatory, made me deathly sick. Like, I don't have a word for it. It's actually the first time in my life since being on my own, traveling for years. I've been traveling, solo traveling forever. It's the first time that I realize I don't have any type of contingency plan if something's wrong with me, because I was laying on my floor outside my bathroom, literally with nothing on, because it made me so sick to my stomach. I was definitely woofing my cookies, both ends, like throwing up, like almost endlessly, and I was by myself, and I didn't know what to do. I just remember laying there on my floor, and I didn't have my phone. And I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get up. I don't know if I'm going to be okay. Is anybody going to even care or know that I'm here? It's the first time that has crossed my mind in my entire life, just so you know. And I laid there for a long time. I mean, I was so sick I couldn't even clean anything up. It was terrible. And was able to make it back to my bed. And then my stomach was able to subside. And I had told someone I knew about how sick it made me. And then I found out about another. I'm not recommending any drugs or promoting anything here, but I was recommended another anti-inflammatory that I could take along with painkillers, just so I could, when I had to do something, I had to use that just so that I could even function with my crutches. So I have been through a lot. A lot. I have cried. I have had just emotional breakdowns of crying because I was in pain. I'm on my own, not having support. I don't know, y'all. But I learned to ask a couple neighbors to help me take out the garbage. Um, it's like a strange nightmare. Yeah, and so, oh, these experiences. But I'm still here. That's the point of this vlog, is that I went through all that excruciating pain, breaking down, crying. I cried. I was in pain. I cannot explain the pain of hip arthritis. It is absolutely unbearable. It is the worst pain I've ever had in my life. It is like a concussion in your hip. And because I dealt with the concussion stuff for like about 6 years total, you know, working through that, This now made my situation, it exacerbated my experience. So basically, I had to have a hip replacement. Um, as they told me, sooner rather than later, in May of 2025. Now it's 2026, and yeah, that's real. So now I had gone to one hospital in November, but I wanted to go to the hospital where I was originally, or to the surgeon that knew me where I had my arthroscopic surgery. So I worked really hard on that. I think one of the hardest things about my journey is I have to be my own medical advocate, even when I'm going through difficult times, which involves asking for help, which involves sometimes crying while asking for help, which involves repeating myself over and over, because I might, like, I guess I'm loud when I laugh, but I'm not like a loud, I might be an angry Black woman, but I'm not, I don't come off that way. So it was very hard and very tiring. And with post concussion syndrome, too, like my anxiety was through the roof during this period of time. But long story short, I was able to get an appointment where I first had that diagnosis, and I was able to book an appointment for surgery for June. I canceled it the first time. I was too overwhelmed and I wasn't ready, and I needed so much help in my home. I got an arts organization to help me pay for somebody to come and help me in my home, just with cleaning and preparing and getting ready for the surgery, because that's one of the things. You do have to have your home prepared. There's no way I could go to surgery and then come home to this. I had to have help. So I was forced to ask for help. And everybody that told me a place I could get help, I contacted them. In Toronto, we have an amazing service, 211. You can call that service and they will come to you, but I'm still here. So I was able to make an appointment at the hospital that first let me know, May 2025, that I had moderate to severe osteoarthritis in my right hip, something I had no clue about. So when I tell you that this threw me off, I was just starting to try to attend events, to try to go to shows, to just get used to all the post-concussion stuff, seeing people that I knew but I couldn't remember their name. And throughout all of this, just so you'll know, I post about Love Island because because it's separate from my real life, and it actually is what helped me with my speech, with my memory, with words, with everything, because I just freestyle that stuff, and I don't have to be on camera for it. I've definitely worked my way up to just not being on camera, and I love doing posts and being creative for Love Island. So that, in the strangest way, I'm always like, God, faith, and Love Island USA are the things that have been getting me through still to this day. So I booked my surgery, but I was not ready at all, mentally at all. But I did all of the pre-op stuff, and I knew canceling it would be bad, but I had already knew that I couldn't go through with it. It was supposed to be June the 9th, I think, or 6th. I have to look, but I knew I couldn't. I knew. And I was exhausted. I can't remember why was that. I was exhausted mentally from the pain, just from even trying to get my place ready. I did now have somebody that could come, thank God. She wasn't able to come yet though. So my place was still, how am I going to do this? I've hardly been able to do laundry since November because the limping, the walking to get to the laundry room, excruciating. I was in dire straits at home. And I was posting about it, something I don't normally do, on social media. I cannot explain to you this time of my life. I'm glad, though, I am on the other side. I rebooked the surgery for June 26th, and I had the surgery. That is vlog 1, very painful. Vlog 2, not as painful. Vlog 3, this is vlog 3. I am on the other side. It's week 5 for me now. And my incision is pretty much healed up. Um, I can't just walk though. Some people be like, I had hip surgery and now I'm healed. I can walk forever. I understand. They teach you to walk right away though. They teach you to walk. At the hospital I went to, you stay in the hospital for 2 to 3 nights. Now, because I was on my own, I really had to plead my case um, to go to rehab because my home still wasn't like perfect at all. I still needed help, help with getting it ready, and also I knew that you need help. Like if you drop things, if you need that grabber, I'm skilled at the grabber. It's always beside me. You need somebody to help you because there are some rules about bending and stuff like that. Um, so I was able to be in the hospital for 3 days, and that was a journey because I'd never stayed in a hospital before. Like, I am not like me documenting everything. I'm just so used to documenting as if I'm not the one with the camera. So it's weird. It does look like somebody, it's so weird, but I've been vlogging for so long and doing travel vlogs and sharing stories and being able to separate myself even as an artist, like to promote myself. I always say like, oh yeah, I become Penelope Ray. That's like my agent. Because I've always ran my own business and everything before all of this stuff. So I'm very, skilled administratively. And then the vlogging stuff, it just is something that became very natural for me. So it is weird looking back because I really documented everything, all of my pain. But I am at week 5 now, and so the vlog that is going to come after this is going to show you like my progress throughout, and just that. So I still have far to go with my recovery. I can walk like with a walker. Not, I have a rollator in my home. It's not as sturdy for me to use outside of my home. It's a three-wheeler. But when I had to go for a checkup, I had to go back to the hospital this week. Just to check on something. Everything was fine. And I'll share that part of my journey too. That so next vlog will be like life since my surgery, but I just wanted to do this to let you know I'm still here. I still have dreams. Like I'm a playwright. I have a play that I was writing, Why Black Women Whisper, that was on stage. That once I'm doing better mentally, physically, spiritually, everything, I'll be able to write again. I've only been able to kind of blog and vlog and do Love Island stuff because it's been so much, very overwhelming on my own. But I also was telling you, yes. And I think a good way to end this blog is number one, Toronto has a program 211 where if you are in distress or you need to talk to somebody, they will come to you. I was in distress in my laundry room. It took me a whole day to get everything to go upstairs. I had to take a cushion so I could sit down, my crutches. And then somebody came in and they just ignored me and started doing their laundry. And I just completely broke down. They didn't even care. They don't. Anyway, I've moved past that and I've been through a lot of other things, some pretty traumatic, but I'm still here. Thank you. I have a lot of people that pray for me. And I now have a PSW, and actually there's another PSW coming today because my schedule changed. So I didn't know somebody was coming, but you know what? I've learned to accept the help. Come in. You can just come in. So that's the end of my blog for now. And then that's what's up. More to come on my life after and tools and things that you can do. That's what's up.
Ooh, yeah, money. I look into my life and pop culture vibe.